what are pain and suffering damages in a personal injury claim? Well, pain and suffering damages are a kind of compensation awarded to individuals for their physical pain and emotional distress they experience following an injury. Now, the physical pain is the actual discomfort and suffering from the injury itself, including any long term effects. And the emotional suffering is anxiety, depression, loss of enjoyment of life. So, how do you calculate this? It's not easy like look at a medical bill or look at lost wages, and we don't have a meter you can just stick on somebody's forehead and say, oh, look, this person has 3.2 gallons of pain and suffering. So how is it done? Well, calculating pain and suffering damages is usually done one of two ways depending on what jurisdiction you're in, but it's subjective, and one method used is considered the multiplier method. So here the total economic damages, for example, your medical bills, are multiplied by some multiplier number. Say it's between maybe a half to 5, depending where you are and what the injuries are, what the case involves. So, for example, if your medical bills total $10,000 and a multiplier of 2 is used, then your pain and suffering would be 2 times $10,000 or $20,000. Now, the other way it's sometimes done is called a per diem method. And here a specific dollar amount is assigned for each day of pain and suffering until the injured person is better. So in this example, if $100 was assigned per day and the period of recovery was 200 days, then the pain and suffering damages would be $20,000. So this is important because it has a big impact on the case value. What it will do is, if you have a properly documented pain and suffering claim, it can significantly boost the settlement amount of your case. And the reason it boosts the settlement amount of the case is because the insurance companies know it will boost the jury verdict amount of your case. So it's pretty critical, but it is very subjective. It's kind of squishy compared to looking at actual calculations and bills from doctors or accountants. So you need convincing evidence, and this would include medical reports. So you want to have something in your file that says, hey, look, this person said their pain is 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 or whatever it is. And you need to be able to show that over time, because if you go into the doctor and say, hey, I'm better, I don't feel anything, you're not going to have a pain and suffering award because your medical records show something different. It's also really helpful to have personal testimony. Obviously, the person experienced it will testify, but if they have a close family member that says, yes, this person was no longer able to go to the gym and they were always taking all these medications, or whatever the testimony is, it's very important to convince the jury or the insurance company that this pain and suffering is real and not something somebody's just saying because they want more money out of their case. So if you're in Nevada and have questions about your personal injury case involving pain and suffering, go ahead, click the link below, get in touch, and we'll talk.